r/ask Reddit. If 2021 is as good as 2020 was bad, what will we see happen in 2021? Cure for cancer. Far as I'm concerned, this would be the correct answer. The main reason 2020 is a cluster duck is due to corona. Most people are putting stuff that would be the opposite of all the bad of the last century, not just 2020. They would release PC2. Chess gets an update. There is 5D chess with multiverse time travel. Like $5 on Steam, I think. Pretty fun game. A cheap, effective way to recycle all the plastic. Because life is so much easier if we can use it. I'm trying really hard to go zero waste, but it's not easy. And although I know that I'm not saving the world by reducing plastic and single-use items, I'm going to keep doing it. Someone finally cracks nuclear fusion, and we start to fix climate change. Gotta push this back 30 years again. If it's really efficient, we could use the extra energy to make carbon capture machines. After offsetting all the fossil fuels, then it doesn't really matter. Well, if we're speculating, how about heat capture? Some sleep-deprived researcher cracks how to capture ambient thermal energy and turn it into electricity. Heat being as plentiful as wind or water, it becomes not only a prominent source of energy, but also actively cools the planet. 50 years later, we begin arguing over global cooling and the threat of a new ice age. Cure for cancer, cute for AIDS, and an Outcast reunion tour. Since when AIDS is cute? It's not, yet. We will discover that we are not alone in the universe. We will learn this because they will fly down and tell us they were watching from afar, and that they thought we needed a hug after watching the disaster 2020 had become. Or a hug from an alien. How comforting. You know that episode of Futurama where Fry gets a bunch of intelligent space worms and they make him super smart, Riddick strong, and even heal his wounds and stuff? That happens, but for everyone. Even better if there's no worms. My headcanon is that the worms were actually a dangerous parasite that were slowly hollowing Fry out and were going to take his body and destroy his brain. The benefits he got were just the worms preparing his body for the takeover. And all this is why the professor tried so hard to get rid of them. Because otherwise, why the hell doesn't everyone have these guys? IDK, I think it's fine how it was. The worms made him better, but clearly someone that he wasn't. Leela finally fell in love with him, but he realized it wasn't him she was in love with, it was the creatures that now control him. He chose to be his flawed human self rather than a perfect symbiotic host human. I actually think the fact that the worms weren't damaging to Fry made it an even better moral struggle. Is it better to be loved for someone you're not or not loved at all? Great episode regardless. Imagine God just comes from a stairway and says, sorry, my creation department had a leak, it's all fixed now. And as he leaves he says, Dot, and by the way, it's pronounced Jod. George R.R. Martin finally releases The Winds of Winter. Those posts that say share this photo of $1 million to have it appear in your bank account will start working, leading to runaway inflation. Nah, it just subtracts the already in circulation money from greedy oligarchs. Benevolent Super Eye cures cancer, reverses climate change, creates foglets out of nanotechnology to deal with pollution and bring in a post-scarcity world. We want Ohio. Transcending to the stars as a whole human race. Except Clark, she gets left behind. And the 12 others that can't have kids ever again. Common sense actually becomes common. That would probably put me out of a job as a customer service rep. No, it wouldn't, but it would stop people from being ever loving pieces of shit to you. They would be thankful for your help, and in turn, you'd more likely go the extra mile for them. A low cost, low calorie, nutritious, tasty dietary supplement that acts as an aphrodisiac and a birth control. Drink the sperm. I'll find a job career that's sustainable and I love. I'll meet someone that I fall in love with and I'll be happy. But that won't happen. I hope it happens for you. I'm rooting for you. I feel similarly, but we can't give up hope. This gives me strong I also choose this guy's wife vibes for some reason. All babies affected by corona turn into the Avengers. Hopefully, I'll find a girlfriend that stays for more than a few weeks. Hopefully I'll get a girlfriend for once. Freaking corona finally gets straight up cucked by a cure. That's just to break even. We need some compensation. Due to all the funding poured into research, we now have a vaccine for the common cold. Well, get a vaccine. Things will go back to normal. We will finally address police reform, homelessness crisis, climate change, corporate tax avoidance. People will realize how much misinformation is on Facebook and start being nice to other people of the opposite political party, and everyone gets to choose between a new puppy or kitten paid for by taxes on the top 1%. So, communism. S. Peter's current CEO resigns position and the new one actually started helping animals. They only euthanize when necessary. They'll look into various reports of animal neglect and abuse. The new CEO forces all of their workers to tone down their activism and instead focus on properly educating people on veganism instead of tossing blood and guts in their faces. They'll even start making their own brand of vegan food, specifically priced so that it's at least affordable and more accessible. Basically, they'll stop acting like a cult and start acting like an animal rights organization. It ends up being a Groundhog's Day and we wake up on the 1st of January 2020. We get a chance to fix everything. Like everyone is Groundhog's Day'd? That's an interesting movie idea. 2020 is the calm before the storm. Betty White and the Queen have a tea party together. First man on Mars. COVID ceases to exist. Geometry Dash gets 2.2. Minecraft cave update. And that's all I can think of, lol. Everything goes back to normal as usual. The world economy has a huge boom, causing a huge demand of stuff, leading to opening of more shops and small businesses. Basically fixing everything that COVID broke. That's enough for me, tbh. Find a cure against all kinds of cancer. I get my dream job and work for Tesla in Berlin. Most wanted games like GTA 6, Elder Scrolls 6, Star Wars Knights of the Old Republic 3, Lord of the Rings Battle of Middle-earth 3 and so on release simultaneously and are all good as Witcher 3. Cyberpunk may be leaving early access, but that's too unrealistic. People realize that this whole mess could have been avoided if we didn't eat animals and stop eating meat and dairy. Whoa, you made it to the end? You're a ducking beast. I'll cut you a deal. Smash like and subscribe for more curated content, bruh. It's free and that's a great price.